Remember when Russell Brand and Katy Perry were married? Well, Russell Brand certainly does, and in a recent interview, he had the following to say about that marriage.
I have come away from that experience feeling, I still feel very warm towards her. I feel like when I hear about her or see her, I think, oh, there's that person. There's that person in the world.
Now, of course, the marriage only lasted 14 months and things have definitely moved on for them. He just welcomed a new daughter and also he is engaged. So their lives have gone in separate directions, but he had very warm things to say about her. As to the reason why they broke up, he went on to say, quote, obviously the marriage didn't last for a very long time and I think that has to do with the undulating nature of fame. Now, a lot of people were saying that the way that Russell Brand was speaking about his ex-wife and they didn't have any kids and it was a short marriage was really an example of how you can have a healthy breakup and how you don't have to have, poison the water and have this toxic relationship with someone that you have an intimate relationship with. But other people said that, and this was not a lot. No, that they thought it was a little bit weird that you're talking about your ex in such flowery terms and what would his new fiance think of this. So I wanted to get a reaction from you, Hassan. Do you think it is weird to talk about exes in a positive light? Should you not speak about them at all? Should you remain negative? I think it's interesting because people obviously have point of views on what is the correct way to talk about ex relationships.
I definitely probably don't talk about my ex in an extremely positive way. I've talked about her on Pop Trigger before, and but yet in a very public setting, honestly, I think there's nothing wrong with the way Russell Brand's talking about it. He's just a good guy. I think it's just being a nice guy. I feel like this is literally how you would talk about if, God forbid, something terrible happened and you and Lizzie broke up, which I would probably take Lizzie's side in that instance because she's an angel.
I think most people would.
You know how they separate? Like they'll be like, oh well, this group of friends have to separate now. Like you would probably be very surprised and also very sad to find out that most people
not that surprised.
Okay, most people would take her side and like still continue their friendship with her rather than you, even though I met her because of you, kind of. Like
okay, so then as an added, caveat to what you are saying is that this is just a healthy way to go about it. John Mayer, who is another famous ex of Katy Perry, has said in a recent interview with the New York Times that he is still writing songs about Katy Perry in this past relationship. Now he's a songwriter, it's very different, but again, people are
Russell Brand technically he's sang before.
Okay, I think I'm
thinking about his character and forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Like, yes, it is true he has sung, but I wouldn't compare him to singer-songwriter, guitar master John Mayer.
No, I know. That was totally messed up.
Do you think it is weird that John Mayer is there a right way that one of them is talking about their exes, or are both fine and both are subjective?
I think any way to talk about your ex is fine, even as long as you're not.
Even a mean way?
No, I was gonna say as long as you're not saying something god awful and breaking that very sacred bond of trust that two people that get into a relationship immediately assume that the other person also agrees with, and that bond of trust is that, hey, when we break up, don't tell people all the weird shit I do. You know what I mean? As long as they don't, you know what I mean.
No, it's true.
Because humans are weird. We do weird shit. We pick our noses, we fart, we poop. These are all normal things that we do, but we hide that reality from everyone, right? In society. So as long as Katy Perry doesn't come out or Russell Brand doesn't come out and say, Katy Perry poops. This just in. Breaking news, Katy Perry likes to, or maybe something weird, what if Katy Perry likes to sing every time she farts? You know what I mean? And then Russell Brand, if he came out.
That would be amazing.
No, but if he came out and said that would be an inappropriate way to talk about it because then you open up a can of worms and you're then Katy Perry has full reign to just unleash all of these newfound truths about Russell Brand that no one else knew about. But this is a perfect way to talk about it.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it's totally respectable. We want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you think about talking about exes? Is there a right way to do it, wrong way to do it? What do you think about Russell Brand speaking out? We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.